100 verbs with prepositions. Abandon to, accord with, act on, allow to, amaze at, anchor in, anticipate in, appoint to, attach with, augment with, back to, balance between, ban from, behold in, bide by, bow to, break into, brood over, bring into, call for dire, care against, cater to, change with, chime in, cite for, cloak in, compromise on, consult with, contend with, converse with, count upon, dabble in, debate about, dedicate to, delve into, derive from, despair over, dine with, disagree on, disclose to, dream with, drive toward, dwell on, elaborate on, engross in, entrust to, fade away, feed into, fill out, flirt with, focus together, forge ahead with, frown upon, gamble on, get into, get over, give rise to, grumble about, hammer out, hankering for, hinge on, inquire into, integrate with, intercede for, introduce into, investigate into, kick off, lean on, link to, wad, listen to, linger over to me, look down on, look into, lure into, maintain on, make out with, meddle in, mingle with, navigate through, negotiate with, nudge toward, object to, occasion for, pace around, partake in, penetrate into, persevere in, persist at, pivot around, plan around, pour into, press on, prick up, process through, profess to, put down, put forth, put in, reach for, regret for, relay to, relinquish to, render to, respond with, result from, review for, roll out, root for, sail around, saturate with, search into, sift through, sink into, slide into, snoop in, stand up to, strive for, take part in, tend to, think through, throw at, tinker with, touch on, turn over, unravel from, weave into, wrestle with, yield from, zip through. 100 verbs with prepositions. Part 2. Abide in, accumulate from, accuse against, adjust to, align to, apologize at, argue for, aspire to, attach for, atone for, back into, be born to, blame on, bring along, call upon, capitalize upon, charge against and cling with, complain to, concede to, conform with, connect with, contribute with, cough up, cover up, crave for, creep into, crumble under, deal out, deduct from, devote into, dine on, dissociate with, dominate over, dream of, encroach on, engage in, entail on, establish with, excuse from, expand on, expire from, fawn over, feed from, flee into, frown with, gaze at, get through, go along with, go beyond, grasp at, gripe about, grow against, hanker for, hang around, help with, hook up with, identify with, impose on, inherit from, inject into, journey into, knit with, lead into, leverage against, lie down on, long for, look in on, look to, marry into, match up with, migrate to, morph into, navigate around, occur in, pace with, pair with, patronize with, perish in, place on, post about, pride in, proceed with, pull up, put together, react to, rebel against, recuperate from, rehash into, reinforce with, relate with, remind about, respond against, resurrect from, retreat from, return to, rise up against, rub off on, sail away, settle for, shade into, shatter into, show up to, sign into, sink under, slink away, snoop on, soar above, speak against, spend on, stake on, step into, stumble upon, summon to, sympathize with, target for, tremble at, tug at, tumble into, turn against, turn into, utilize for, vow to, venture into, vote against, wade through, wean off, wink at, yell at, zero in on. 100 verbs with prepositions. Part 3. Abide by. Abstain from, acquaint with. Adhere to, advocate for, align with, allow for, answer to, appeal to. Arrive in, attach to, back away from, bargain for, bear with, breathe in, bring about, bring up, brush up on, calm down, carry on with, change for, check on, clash with, cling to, come across, come from, compensate for, comply with, contribute toward, cover for, crash into, decide against, devote to, discuss with, dissolve in, doubt about, drive into, emphasize on, engage with, inquire about, escape into, experiment with, explain to, fall for, flee from, follow up on, frown at, get along with, get away with, get back at, get in touch with, get together with, give in to, go against, go for, grow out of, hack into, help out with, incorporate into, interact with, invite for, join in, jump at, kiss up to, lead to, laugh with, leap at, look forward to, make up for, mess with, mix up, notify about, obey to, opt for, panic over, part with, pass on, pass up, pay attention to, plead with, point out, postpone to, prepare to, prioritize over, profit from, promise to, purge of, push for, put up with, qualify for, ramble on, react with, refrain from, relate to, revolve around, run into, sail through, settle down, share with, sign up for, single out, snoop around, stick to, strip of, surround with, talk back to, testify to, throw away, trade for zaze, travel to, tread on, turn away from da, type in, venture out, weigh against, tizat, wrap up, zone in on, around, run into, sail through, settle down, share with, sign up for, single out, snoop around, stick to, strip of, surround with, talk back to, testify to, throw away, trade for zaze, travel to, tread on, turn away from there, type in, venture out, weigh against, to wrap up, zone in on. 100 verbs with prepositions. Part 4. Account for, accuse of, adapt to, add to, agree on, amount to, apologize to, arrive at, ask about, associate with, base on, capitalize on, care for, change into, charge for, commence with, commit to, conform to, correspond with, defer to, delight in, deter from, direct at, dissociate from, dream about, excel in, face up to, feed on, file for, focus upon, gear towards, get at, get rid of, glance at an, glow with, grieve for, grow into, hesitate about, hope for, identify with, impress on, improve on, indulge in, inform about, inquire about, insist upon, integrate into, intervene in, keen on, laugh at, limit to, listen for, make of one for, mix with, name after, object against, occur to see panic about, persist with, plead for, point at, prefer to, progress towards, provide against, pull away from, react against, refrain from, regard as, rejoice in, relate with, respond against, result in, rob of, satisfy with, save from, shift to, shout for, shut out, smile upon, sneer at, steer clear of, struggle with, substitute for, succeed in, survive on, take after, talk with, think about, trade with, translate into, trust in, turn to, venture into, wait on, work on, yield to, zero in on. Now 100 verbs with prepositions. Part 5. Apply for, apologize for, approve of, argue with, ask for, believe in, belong to, blame for, borrow from, care about, comment on, compare to, complain about, concentrate on, congratulate on, consist of, contribute to, cope with, deal with, depend on, dream of, escape from, focus on, forgive for, insist on, invest in, invite to, listen to, look at, look for, look after, pay for, prepare for or wire to, prevent from, protect from, provide with, react to, recover from, refer to, relate to, rely on, respond to, search for, shout at, smile at, specialize in, succeed in, suffer from there and talk about, talk to, thank for, think about, think of, wait for, worry about, agree with, apologize to, apply to, and argue about, ask about, begin with, benefit from, blame on, care for, charge with, collaborate with, compete with, confide in, confuse with, consist in, count on, decide on, depend upon, differ from, disagree with, distract from, engage in, excuse for, interfere with, introduce to, object to, participate in, persist in, plan for, pray for, prefer to, prevent from, provide for, react against, remind of, rescue from, shout to, speak about, speak to, study for, succeed at, talk with, vote for, warn about, write to. Normal English versus Advanced English. She is very smart. She is brilliant. He is very brave. He is courageous. She feels very sad. She feels heartbroken. He is very tired. He is exhausted. They are very happy. They are elated. He is very angry. He is furious. She is very hungry. She is starving. He is very thirsty. He is parched. It is very big. It is gigantic. It is very small. It is tiny. She is very lazy. She is indolent. He is very fast. He is rapid. She is very scared. She is petrified. He is very sure. He is certain. It is very important. It is crucial. He is very weak. He is frail. She is very strong. She is powerful. The movie is very funny. The movie is hilarious. He is very rich. He is wealthy. She is very poor. She is destitute. The room is very clean. The room is spotless. The floor is very dirty. The floor is filthy. The lesson is very simple. The lesson is elementary. The puzzle is very complex. The puzzle is complicated. The story is very interesting. The story is captivating. The class was very boring. The class was dull. The room is very quiet. The room is silent. The sound is very loud. The sound is deafening. She is very talkative. She is garrulous. He is very friendly. He is amiable. It is very cold. It is freezing. It is very hot. It is scorching. The desert is very dry. The desert is arid. The clothes are very wet. The clothes are soaked. The lamp is very bright. The lamp is luminous. The night is very dark. The night is pitch black. He is very slow. He is sluggish. She is very quick. She is speedy. The building is very old. The building is ancient. The child is very young. The child is juvenile. She is very shy. She is timid. He is very bold. He is daring. He is very tired. He is drained. The party is very lively. The party is vibrant. The house is very ugly. The house is hideous. The dress is very pretty. The dress is gorgeous. The villain is very evil. The villain is wicked. The meal is very good. The meal is excellent. The weather is very bad. The weather is terrible. The painting is very beautiful. The painting is stunning. The car is very expensive. The car is costly. The item is very cheap. The item is inexpensive. The ring is very valuable. The ring is priceless. The injury is very painful. The injury is agonizing. The exam is very hard. The exam is challenging. The pillow is very soft. The pillow is velvety. The material is very tough. The material is sturdy. The task is very easy. The task is effortless. The area is very dangerous. The area is hazardous. The home is very safe. The home is secure. The dish is very hot, spicy. The dish is fiery. The lake is very calm. The lake is serene. The forest is very wild. The forest is untamed. The surface is very smooth. The surface is sleek. The terrain is very rough. The terrain is jagged. She is very kind. She is compassionate. He is very rude. He is disrespectful. He is very honest. He is frank. She is very dishonest. She is deceitful. The situation is very confusing. The situation is perplexing. The glass is very clear. The glass is transparent. The report is very accurate. The report is precise. The street is very crowded. The street is packed. The room is very empty. The room is desolate. The box is very heavy. The box is weighty. The feather is very light. The feather is weightless. He is very tired. He is worn out. She is very energetic. She is dynamic. The room is very messy. The room is chaotic. The office is very neat. The office is orderly. The phone is very old-fashioned. The phone is antiquated. The design is very modern. The design is contemporary. She is very relaxed. She is laid back. He is very stressed. He is overwhelmed. The knife is very sharp. The knife is razor sharp. The object is very blunt. The object is dull. He is very angry. He is livid. She is very afraid. She is horrified. The smell is very strong. The smell is pungent. The soup is very weak. Taste. The soup is bland. He looks very tired. He looks haggard. She is very attractive. She is alluring. The event is very weird. The event is bizarre. The routine is very ordinary. The routine is mundane. The joke is very funny. The joke is amusing. The meeting is very serious. The meeting is grave. She is very nice. She is charming. He is very mean. He is malicious. The teacher is very strict. The teacher is rigid. The parent is very lenient. The parent is indulgent.